Bitcoin holders face their biggest test yet. Hi everyone, and if you're new here, my name is Gabby Trades and I do live technical analysis on crypto and equities every day from Monday to Thursday. If that sounds good to you, please like and subscribe. Hi everyone, this is my back-to-back stream. I was just streaming at Coin Bureau Trading and it was awesome. It was so much fun. Thank you guys for supporting me over there. It was a great experience. Now, today we're coming back at the charts. What do we talk about? Just briefly on Coin Bureau Trading, it was really fun. We opened up talking about the US tariffs and how bad are the massive 104% tariffs on the Chinese imports, and how is this really creating a massive turmoil right now. We were just talking about how this is actually creating geopolitical pressures right now because China is looking at retaliating, which means by that, I mean that they're looking to sell off US treasuries that they usually buy from the US, right, to support the economy. And that right now is contributing to the spikes in the yields that we're seeing. So this is the situation. It's very touchy and it's pressure from all over the place. That's why investors are extremely cautious. And we have FOMC meeting. I think actually today there is something coming from the FOMC, but I think officially we're looking more at, is it May or June? I might be wrong. I need to double check, but that's when we're going to hear if we're going to get more rate cuts, because I genuinely believe that Trump is trying to push more for these kind of, stuff. He's trying to push for rate cuts. And yeah, I think that's his major goal. I know that he doesn't really, May 7, he might saying, I know that he doesn't really like China. And, there's been a lot of interviews, and even who was this guy? Kevin, the guy from the Shark Tank, you guys, Kevin or Larry or something like that. He was saying that, oh, I've been doing business with China for so many years and I'm sick of them. They're just copying everyone. And yeah, I think he holds a lot of, IP, and he's had some stolen from him, I guess. And he is just like super anti-China. And he was even calling for like 400%. Can you imagine 400%? On China? This is going to be insane. So yeah, they're pushing China a lot right now. And the real question is that everyone is asking is, are we in a bear market right now? That's what we want to talk about. And that's what I was talking about on Coin Bureau as well. Coin Bureau Trading with Aaron, we were discussing that. And of course, we're gonna Sugar Cookie, how is the music? Let me move here so I can see the chat box and everything. You know what I actually might have done? Hold on one second. Yeah, because it's a back-to-back streaming that I'm doing, so I'm not really entirely prepared right now, but we're gonna pull the charts in blink of an eye. Let's have a look. First the settings, and then of course coming back. I don't know why I have to do that, but I do it anyway. All right, we're in a, what is that? A little low volume, but it's fine. Okay, we'll increase the volume for Sugar Cookie. She loves the music. A little bit higher. Is that better? Sugar Cookie? Kevin O'Leary has publicly advocated for increasing tariffs on China from the current 104 to 400. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I saw that on X and I was like, oh my God. And the guy is just so angry with China. It's actually crazy. But yeah, okay, so in terms of this week, again, let me move the chat so I can see you guys. In terms of this week, what do we have? Yes, of course, we have CPI, PPI. We know that that's preferred inflation measure by the Fed, our favorite Fed, Jeremy Powell. So we need to watch out for this. Now, usually market tends to sort of range before we get to that level. This is what usually happens. So on the day before, it's not very clear. If we start getting some crazy pumps, this is going to be a red flag. This is going to be an absolutely red flag. So that's for this week. We have FOMC meeting minutes. Let's see how that goes. That's actually today at a little bit later today. Good day. We have some Australians here. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Yeah, go ahead, follow Coin Bureau Trading. They were great. Here's our live. It went so well. I did the wrong thing, which is to go ahead and look at the comments, and there were some people that are really pissing me off. Like, oh my God, do you have actually some constructive criticism, or are you just trolling out there? So annoying. So I tend to just not look at it, but I did look at it this morning. Like, it is what it is. Okay, good stuff. So right now, let's remove the order blocks and the fair value gaps, so we know where we are standing at the moment. Okay. All right, so we know that we are bullish on Bitcoin right now. As per the 4-hour strategy, you guys, we're looking to get some highs. Let's see if that is actually going to be possible. For me, it's very, very tricky. I'm not looking to enter right now. I was looking earlier this morning, potentially down here. This retest in the morning was actually not so bad to enter, but by the time it came to entry, I was already streaming on Coin Bureau. So, and anyway, even if I was in that long, I would have taken profits here, the 12-hour resistance that we're trading in right now, because I don't think that that is the bottom. I don't believe that at all for 1 second, and we're gonna review why is that. First of all, I want to know, do you guys see the charts? Because when I was streaming at Coin Bureau earlier, Aaron was saying you need to do plus so everyone can see the charts a bit more, and I'm like, dude, but then I can't see anything. So it's like, I don't know. Him is saying that we see it clearly and everything. Everyone's saying all good, so I guess I'll just go back to my normal to my normal screen. Yeah, because it's actually really annoying if I have to like zoom in so much, because I also need to be able to see what I'm showing you guys, right? Also, it's gonna be good if we see price, right? Yes, thank you, Kun. Yeah, I noticed that very, very fast. Okay, so as per usual, what do? We tend to look at the 4-hour and assess where we are currently as per our 4-hour strategy. So our 4-hour strategy is saying that Bitcoin wants to get a bit of a relief rally. This is all good. This is all within the bearish perspectives that we have. And why is that? Because we knew that Bitcoin needed to actually go ahead and broke this level up here, which is at, okay, I always want to be precise, but I'm not. At 83,005, around 83,520. We want that level to be broken. This is going to, a break of that level is what's going to give me more confidence that this might be actually a bottom. Yes, okay, we see double bottom here, but that's not a confluence that I usually use to, you know, to be like, okay, we're entering long right now. Not at all. In fact, we're very, very bearish. So the only thing that has happened really is that we've reached this buy zone over here, and we tapped into it twice. Now, why I don't really like this price action is, I'll tell you. Let's remove the sell zone, by the way. We know that that's a sell zone anyway, because we see the order block. I just mark it for you guys, but by now, most of you are doing so well watching my videos and like marking everything. And of course, you can get the indicators. You know that they're actually, I still have 20% discount on the indicators. They were usually 20 bucks at 20% discount on that. And then you're getting a massive discount for them, so you can see the order blocks, the fair value gaps, the breaker blocks, and my 4-hour strategy as well. The link is in the description box. Anyway, let's move on. So without adding the indicators, we can see it with our eyes even. I just want to pay attention to this two lows down here, you guys. Now, if this was really a bottom, you wouldn't really see something like that, right? You wouldn't really see price like V-shaping and then quickly coming back like that. This is not sorry, I was gonna start it. This is not showing us that this is bullish as of yet. You want to see when price has reached a point, right, a major point where it's ready to reverse, it's going to very, very quickly bounce back from that point, and it's going to leave a huge wick because it will want to trap traders inside, right, that wick that are potentially going further short. Now, the thing with this is that we had the V-shaped recovery. Let me draw it again. We had the V-shaped recovery, and then we had this another candle to the downside. This is showing weakness to me. That's weak. That is weak. And as an example, okay, we can go back. As an example, let's do this. Why not? Let's do this. Let's look at the 49 Bitcoin drop right down here. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's like, how do you catch a long here? Do you know what I mean? It's a huge price drop to the downside, and then a massive escape to the of the price to the upside, and then on a lower time frame you get a confirmation to enter long, and even if you don't catch that, you get another retrace down here that you can enter off of. This is not, it's similar. It looks like that a little bit, but not really, because yes, we had this recovery, but then we had another candle to the downside, and then we started tripping a little bit up, and now we retrace, and maybe we're getting somewhere. So I don't believe that price action for 1 minute. And frankly, I'm still in my Bitcoin short, and I will keep it open until we actually reach at the very least, I want us to reach down here the daily support level at 72,778. That's going to be at the very least. Now, because hi Freedom, hi everyone, because I dropped some alpha at Coin Bureau on how I'm viewing price, I'm going to do it quickly for you guys as well, because I don't want you to be left behind. You are my viewers. All right, and you also need to know these things. Of course, I'm going to teach you more in detail about these stuff. And here, Aaron asked me to add the fib a little bit further down when we have the previous bull run. But then I said there was some hater in the comments, oh, she didn't do that the right way, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, first of all, I don't compare this cycle to the previous cycle, loser. And second of all, yeah, I did not prepare that for the stream. So I was like, oh, okay, it was kind of a surprise, but I did it. Anyway, and it's just very boring. Now is what we really need to use this tool for. But anyway, the tool that I was presenting to Coin Bureau was very simple. I was explaining to them about how a price leg works, right? Let's remove the indicator here. Sweep signals. So, right, if this is our bullish price leg, imagine this is bullish price leg. We've identified the high and the low of this price leg. Okay, what I usually tend to do is I want to find where I am in that range, in that price range, right? Because essentially this is a price leg, right? There's going to be a lot of candles. There's going to be breakout structure to the upside that is going to show us that this is a bullish price leg. So I want to know where price currently is within that price leg for me to determine how strong this bullish price leg actually is. So then what I look for is one of three market structures, because in total in trading, we have three market structures, right? We have a trending structure. We have a very strong structure to the upside with little to no pullbacks. And we have a range structure. So let's start with the first one, which is very, very strong. Like I showed to you guys on Coin Bureau. This usually will hold the 0.786, which is premium level. It's going to stay in the very expensive area and barely drop towards the 0.5, but not below the not below the half of this whole region here. And then it's going to go into price discovery. Now, this is very strong. The second scenario for a bullish leg that I showed also Coin Bureau was that price drops to the 0.5, right? And then goes into price discovery. This is also very bullish. By the way, Solana was like that for a very, very long time. Let's not forget that. Solana was extremely strong. Ethereum was not like that. Ethereum was not close to that. Do you know what else is like that? Bitcoin. So let's have a look. What is the structure that we don't want to find ourselves into? We don't want to find ourselves into a price leg, a bullish price leg that's drawn all the way down to the 0.236 level, because once that happens, that simply means that we are now developing a ranging structure. And from that, we're going to bounce from the 0.786, 0.236, 0.786, etc., etc. So it's not very pretty. And so basically, this is what Ethereum looks like at the moment. And this is what 99% of the altcoins are looking like at the moment. That's why we draw with my community the altcoins. We find the 0.786 and we hope in the bull run for price to just go to the 0.786, which it should. So then, I can be happy and out. Right? That's what we're looking for. Now, I explained to you guys that really, really quickly. However, I'm sure most of you guys understand it by now. So then we apply the same to Bitcoin. So we draw our fib tool from the lows to the highs. And what are we seeing? What are we seeing? We're seeing an extremely bullish leg. Extremely bullish leg. Even with that current price action and with that current drop, we're still seeing the very, very bullishness. And if we go back and reassess this area over here, right, which was when Bitcoin dropped and we had the all-time high 73.955. So let's have a look. From that high to that low, the drop was how much? 33.4%. 33.4%, and it was extremely bullish. So right now, what are we doing? Yes, we're dropping a little bit faster. Maybe we're not in a range and it just looks way worse, but right now we're in 31.5%. What does that tell you, you guys? It's not over yet. It's not over. And frankly, when we know how to read these price legs, we know that it's not going to be over even if price drops further down, and even if it taps the 0.5 level, we're still going to go in price discovery. And the 0.5 actually sits at 62,489. I don't think that's going to happen. And the reason I don't think that's going to happen is because I've assessed this low down here when institutions were already involved, right? We know that this 49K, when we draw it to the left side, it matches perfectly with this high, which was created when? This is on a weekly time frame, but this is on the 10th or 11th of January, where the ETFs for Bitcoin were approved. Now, tell me that's a coincidence, and I'll tell you that you believe in a flat earth or something like that. That is not a coincidence whatsoever. Okay, so we had this perfect drop to 49K that matched to the opening day, not the opening day, but to the high of the day when Bitcoin ETFs was approved. Was that a coincidence? I don't think so. So having the institutions now involved, I am willing to compare this price action to this price action. All right. So like I said, we have 33% drop here. We're having 31.5% drop here. Does that mean we can go lower? Yes. And then what I've also assessed, it was the difference. Let's go back. Actually, I'm going to show it to you right now. So this was the high before, this was the low. So what's the percentage in between? In between, what am I doing? Why is like TradingView tripping today? I don't get it. So between the wick of that 49K and the 0.5 area, which is at like here or whatever, we're looking at how many percent? 9%. Around 9%. I'd say a little bit less, maybe 8.5, but I don't want to zoom in right now. Stay with me, you guys. This is important. So we have this trip. How important do you think is that we stay above the 50-week SMA? The moving averages. I don't use moving averages, to be honest, but I think it's probably fairly important, I guess, because it still shows you the average, you know, price. Anyway, so from the low of the 49, Nana is here. Hi, Nana. From the 49K low to the 0.5% of the price leg that was before the previous all-time high that we had before the new price, we had 9%. All right, 9%. Let's go back and see where that takes us in this new price leg, because that's a confirmed new price leg. So let's drop, okay, from the 0.5, 9%. 9%. That leaves us at around 68,000 Bitcoin. So I think that it's very, very possible that we could drop to that level. And it's not only, that's not the only reason why I think we're going to drop to that, down to that level. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much today. That's not the only reason. Hold on. Oop. I usually keep it open. That's not the only reason. Also, this is a massive area of support as well. We have a buy breaker block down here that I'm interested in as a buy zone. And more to that, on a weekly and a monthly time frame, we are trading into what? Into a bullish fair value gap. Now, so if we see another drop down here, and I said to you guys yesterday, and I keep saying that, if we see a body close below the fair value gap, now we're looking to take that low down here. And guess what? On a weekly time frame, we also have a buy order block that's down here. Using my indicators is so clear for you to see, guys. It doesn't get any clearer than that, right? This whole area here is a buy zone. Why is that, you think? Why is that, you think? Besides the formation of the buy block, which we know how it goes. Well, it is because basically this is the only area that Bitcoin has to hold before it continues its parabolic move up, before it breaks structure and it actually becomes now a ranging structure, right? Which we don't want to see. So only if we go below the 49K, this is when I'm going to say, okay, we're cooked. Before that, we have so much space to play, but I genuinely don't believe that we're going to drop down further into that buy zone. That's why I don't have it marked. I know it's there, but I don't even mark it. Because the only thing I'm interested is this buy order block and anything above the 0.5%, because this is what happened down here, where institutions were involved, not in the previous cycle. Okay, because now we have to compare price to now. You don't have to compare it to before. It's done. It's over. Okay, it's over. Larry Fink and MicroStrategy are in. It's over. So basically, that also means, okay, by the way, we mentioned MicroStrategy. What's their average entry? Who's going to tell me? Mr. Vane. I think he told me in the last. What was MicroStrategy? MicroStrategy average entry or whatever, average buy. What was it? Someone in the comments, please let me know. I bet my yes, 66, 67. This is what we're talking about. So these are the levels that you need to care about. Do you guys understand? It's that simple. It's honestly that simple. You don't overcomplicate it. Yeah, we can drop more, but that's absolutely fine. 66, 67. That's it. That should be your area. And that is our area, right? Our area starts at 69K and it goes all the way, because look at it. By the way, we have this order block down here. We have this breaker block, but what we also have is a bullish fair value gap. What do you know? So let's say we scratch, we have a body close below this. That's all good. We're chilling. We want to take this low. Well, that's great, because guess what? We have another bullish fair value gap on a weekly down here starting at 65,182. So that's fine. And by the way, when we reach this area, price is gonna snipe down just like this. There's gonna be a wick, and there is gonna be a quick reversal back to where we are in the safe zone, right? Which is within this area. So Bitcoin is gonna come back so fast. If this is all true, if we're right, if we're still bullish, it's gonna snipe back so fast that everyone will be like, what the hell just happened? So this is why I'm not bearish. Now let's have a look at Ethereum real quick, because I want to show you what's you know, a chart that it's not good looks like, so you make a difference. This is a chart that doesn't look good. This is what most of altcoins are looking like right now, right? You have the bullish leg, you have the bullish leg. You try to hold the 0.5, you don't hold it, you lose it. You go to the 0.236, and then it's over. It's over. Because once that happens, we're entering into a ranging structure. And this is what we're seeing right now. And by the way, for some confluence further, have we reached the 0.236 on Ethereum? No, we haven't. In fact, we're about, let's see how many percentages away from it. We're about 15-16% away from it. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is what we're looking for, right? And then once Ethereum reaches that zone, then guess what we're looking for? The 0.786, right? We can use our indicators to help us, guide us if price is going to go a little bit higher. And if you're a smart trader, you're going to see, okay, look at that. What do we have here? Relatively equal highs, liquidity. What else do we have here on the lower time frame? More liquidity. So price is potentially going to manipulate higher within this premium range, and that's fine. But when it does that, it's going to drop so fast, and you're going to start hearing on Twitter, oh, we're going to the moon. Ethereum is going to 10,000. Nobody. Ethereum is going back to 1,200. Yeah, this is what's going to happen. So, you know, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope I'm wrong, but hey ho. This is what price is usually doing. So that's what I'm interested in. That's what I can base my decisions on. Does that make sense? Hima is laughing. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit cracked today because the haters really pissed me off. You know, I'm like, do you have something, you know, constructive to say? Do you know what I mean? Like, why do you have to be hating like that? All right, let's see the current price action. So anyway, we're rejecting right now from the 12-hour zone here. 12-hour resistance, which I don't like to see. I'm already in a short Bitcoin, so I don't really care if it starts retracing down here. And then the long, I wasn't even gonna hold any above this zone, although I want to put your attention to the 1 hour time frame, because there is some liquidity on the 1 hour, so there is still hope, is basically what I'm trying to say, that the long might work. Or there is still hope that we might even go down and take that low here, where we have support, wick that area, and then quickly come back, because we have work to do. We have liquidity to take on Bitcoin at 81,200 and 84,700. That's the only liquidity that I'm seeing right now. It's going to be very, very interesting if from here, I don't see it happening as of yet, right? I think potentially tomorrow with the volatility, we're going to drop, take those relatively equal lows, because for me that's liquidity, and then we're gonna grab that liquidity, retest support down here, and maybe even drop even further lower and get our first buy try. And by that I mean, like, because the daily liquidity is going to be a good try for us. Because the thing is, you guys, what might happen is that we start going up from 72,700, 778, but then, right, okay, we come down, we take our long, all is good, we're very happy, we're in profit. But then, you know, on the 4 hour, what's happening, and we've spoken about that, right? on the 4-hour. All of my viewers that watch me every day, they know what's up, right? They know what's up. We have double liquidity here on the 4-hour, down here, down here. So we have a massive resistance up here at the 95K and a sell zone above that. So we might as well just go down either from these lows or just go down into our daily support and then start rallying up to the 95K where we get another massive short and then we reach our actual zone. So all of these things we need to be mindful of. So always be ready to hedge, be ready to, to be reactive. You have to be reactive because these are the traders that are going to make it. You are one of the better traders. Don't let small babies get to you. Oh, thank you. That's really kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. They are just really getting into me. I don't know why. Because they're haters, and I'm like, hey, it just takes so much from my time and my energy to come and do this, and then some person comes out there and it's like, I'm like, dude, I literally spent 5 hours preparing this for you. And then you just come and say that, okay, it's not even constructive. Do you know what I mean? The good thing about Bitcoin is, again, on a daily, we have the all-time high as liquidity. So yeah, we're still bullish, you guys. I told you, but overall, on a macro perspective. But on the current situation, we're not done yet. At the very, very minimum, we want to go to our support at 72,778 and attempt buys from here. I think that is going to be great. And if you guys haven't joined Discord, join. It's open this week, and then I'm closing it again under a fee. So it's now or never, you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. As usual, my pleasure to have you around, Mr. Vane. Haters and losers mostly don't study themselves. They only follow without and losing money. Yeah. Oh, well. That guy was one guy, though. He's a critic. You got a few new subs. Yeah, it's also true. I did get a few new subs. I'm happy that, people enjoy my content. And yeah, we're a cool bunch. We have a great community. It's so much fun. So yeah, you guys, it's very easy. You are the absolute best. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in our next stream tomorrow. And yes, if anyone is coming for token, I'm gonna be at token in Dubai. So it's gonna be great if you are here. Come say hi. We're gonna go meet each other, meet and greet. It's gonna be so much fun. All right, then I shall see you guys tomorrow.